Welcome to Cherry Inc. I'm not sure whether to call this a time lapse or a devlog, but I suppose it can be a mixture of both. So come with me as I brainstorm and also make a theoretical poster for hopefully a future game. Um, I am a one-woman show making all of this. And I got two kids, and I'm currently a stay-at-home mom. So this is purely in my free time. So I'm gonna try to give myself some leeway where possible. My qualifications are artist and stubborn. So I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna teach myself Unreal, maybe some Blender. But yeah, here we go. So, starting off, pretty simple. I'm just doing some sketch ideas. Here, I was trying to think of like a thematic poster type of deal, like just doing some concept art. Because I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things to collect is actually like art books. And that's part of the reason I actually wanted to make a game. Because if I made a game, then I could have my own art book. um, so yeah, so this is just me kind of brainstorming with ideas and stuff. I do have a board already of ideas. I should probably have had that up already. Here, I will pull it up. Um, on Milanote, and I'm not sponsored, but I do love Milanote. Um, but yeah, I wanted to make a game that's like heavily inspired by Persona, like Honkai, Star Rail, Madoka Magica, and it's like a conglomeration of all three, and then also being an adult with I guess not weird hobbies because anime and stuff isn't weird so much anymore, but more like creative hobbies. And I wanted to discuss something I've been personally feeling about that. Like in the game, I wanted the game's themes to be more about like burnout rather than necessarily like evil in the world or anything. I wanted it to be like burnout and losing yourself in adulthood. Um, and trying to bring back enjoyment that you would find as a kid, but obviously in an adult appropriate fashion. Because in the end of the day, it's not the same. And this is like my personal passion project for that. So you see here is like I'm trying to think of like an average office worker um, in a very desaturated world versus like this magical girl who's bringing back all the color and the brightness and the excitement. I end up trashing this whole idea, so don't get too attached to it because you'll see I hate it. I honestly hated it. I played around with it so much. I think I watched it for too long and I did too much. But anyways, um, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my game more. I want it to be very persona-like in the game style, so I want it to be a JRPG. I want to do a turn-based system. I also want to create kind of like the persona with the calendar and how you like have to have relationships with people or like get certain stats up. Instead of necessarily stats, I want to have like bonuses for like your dungeons and your levels later on, and it's slowing down. I want this game to punish you for like skipping ahead, if that makes any sense. So if you slow down and like get a drink and then go to work, or you do a hobby before you go home, or you stop and talk to somebody, like the more you interact with your environment and the more you like do random things and go discover things, it like adds this invisible bar of leveling up. I don't know how well that will do, or if that's even possible to make an Unreal. We'll figure it out, and if not, I'm open to what's the word, adjusting. uh So yeah. So you can see I kind of like hated it. So I was trying to save it desperately. And I think I do like this idea right here where I like change the orientation of it. But in the end I still didn't like it. So yeah. So the main character that you play is gonna be like this burnt out office woman who's just put her entire life into working, and her life is just so boring. Like, what do? You just go to work, go home, and that's not what life should be about. I don't want to be on this world to suffer. Um, so you see here, I do like an inviting open arm pose instead. Um, of this like really warm feeling magical girl, kind of beautiful, kind of inviting. So yeah, this is what I went up with. It's like very much more typical of my art, except I did try something new with the gradient. I've been playing around with gradients more often on Clip Studio because I think they're so fun. um and different color palettes, like moving away from just like typical color palettes, I suppose. But yeah, so this is Devlog video 1, and I got nothing done except a poster idea. So I call that successful. So before I close off, I do want to introduce, because I felt like that wasn't enough information about the game. I've done a lot more than just a uh, poster idea. So Milano, like I said, I'm not sponsored, but I still love it. And this is like some information. I don't want to spoil everything. But here I have, like character ideas. I have Marin, the main character. Marin, I want to be part of the party. I want Jules. I love Jules. She's actually based off of Friend, so we'll see how that one goes. Jules, but Marin is a marine, went to school for marine biology, got burnt out on college, and now she is still going back to college to pursue her dreams, but she's taking it at a more like realistic pace instead of, killing herself trying to do everything so quickly. And then we have Jules, who's a former athlete, but she suffered an injury that forced her premature departure from the sport. And so she found joy in art instead, and this hammer is actually supposed to be made of ceramics. She is very Filipino coded, and I did try to like look up outfits, so her design's gonna change. And then I also tried to have like Filipino inspired markings on her hammer, but also subject to change. This is just the current thought. And just like Marin, her outfit's very jellyfish coated because she's marine biologist. um so yeah, so that's what I have. These are my inspirations and like the vibe I want to go for. I have some storyboarding, but I don't want to spoil all of the game, so yeah. Thank you. Thank you for coming to watch, and I hope to see you again soon. So thank you. And have a great day. And if you're interested, be sure to follow me here and on Instagram, where hopefully I'll be more active and I'll be posting more about the Magical Girl game. So yeah.